Yeah, before we even get into that, hey, what's going on, everybody? Happy Wednesday. This is the midweek mashup portion of In the Basement, the In the Basement with Next Step and K. I am, of course, K. We're going to be talking a whole lot of stuff here. We're going to be talking wild card weekend. We're going to be talking some high school and college basketball scores. Shout out to my local peeps. Also, we're going to talk a little bit of Dallas Cowboys. We're talking a little bit of Jets, a little bit of public league. Shout out to Shayla Smith and a friend of the program, head coach of Auden Reed High School, Mr. Kevin Slaughter. Also, we're also going to be talking a little bit about the Cameron and Jim Jones beef. Talk a little bit about that. We're going to touch on that, but before we go into that, unfortunately, I have some sad news to announce. I'm not sure if anybody was watching the news last night. Yes, actually yesterday morning. Um, we actually lost we lost a good person yesterday by the name of Noah Scurry. If you don't know who Noah Scurry is, I believe he actually played for FW Elite, the AAU team. I've seen him play in a couple instances and things of that sort. Actually, uh, one of a person that I know actually is one of their coaches, very close to him. He's pretty distraught about it as well. Unfortunately, he was taken away from us by some senseless violence. You can actually check the news about that. Just look up Noah Scurry. That's actually the young gentleman's name. He was actually destined to do great things. Point guard for Fells High School. And also, from what I know, from what I see, he actually had one of the highest SAT scores like in the school period. So he is destined to do great things and go on to post secondary education and enjoy himself on that next level. So I definitely send my condolences here from the In the Basement podcast, also from the Black Psychologist podcast to Noah Scurry and his peers. Also, it's definitely unfortunate what's going on in the city. So definitely hug your loved ones. Let them know that you love them, and also definitely send my condolences to the Scurry family, to Fells High School, of course. Most of the activities for Fells athletics, they actually have been suspended for the rest of the week. I think they're going to commence the activities probably next week and everything. So definitely, as I said before, my condolences to the Scurry family, also the Fell School family, and also the public league basketball family, because they definitely lost a good one. So I definitely want to let them know how we feel here from the basement, and let's get to it. So, in the basement with Next Step and K. Welcome everybody to Wednesday, our midweek mashup. In the basement here at 302-844-8275. On Instagram is actually in underscore the basement underscore podcast. On YouTube, it's In the Basement Podcast, and also on Facebook, it is In the Basement Podcast. Sounds so good, you got to name it twice. We're actually on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch, so definitely look us up. And let's get to it. So over the past weekend, of course, it was actually our wild card, well, not our wild card. Shout out to my Jets out there. We're actually looking for coaches, by the way. Thanks here. Definitely great weekend, of course. Ravens advance, the Texans advance, the Bills advance as well. Eagles also get ready for the divisional. Washington actually wins in a nail biter against Tampa Bay, which was a great game. We'll talk about that a little bit later. And then also let's talk about the Vikings. Let's talk about the Vikings because that's the most recent game, and we'll get back to the other games. We'll actually talk about those a little bit later. Let's talk about the Vikings game. That Vikings game, I really actually thought that that the Vikings were going to run away with this. I know we talked about it last week on In the Basement in regards to who's going to do what. I mean, I really thought they were just going to just walk away with this one, but actually they didn't. Rams beat them on Monday, 27-9. Sam Darnold, very subpar game, and like I said, like my brother Kyle said, he said Sam Darnold had two bad games back to back. Now, if they were in during the regular season, maybe that it would be fine, and Sam Darnold could probably shake it off. But actually, Sam Darnold had two bad games at the worst time, and it looked like Sam Darnold was on to something until he turned back into Sam Darnold. You know what I mean? It's like um, first it was the Jets, then it was Carolina. Two franchises that actually kind of did him wrong, didn't treat him fairly in regards to pay, also in regards to responsibility and media coverage and things of that sort, putting a whole lot of stuff on him to made him go. Maybe it just might be Sam Darnold. Who knows? But anyway, Sam Darnold went for 25 for 40, 245 yards, one touchdown, one interception, and 9 sacks. 9 sacks. There's no way that you can get sacked 9 times. If you want to blame it on offensive line, sure. If you want to blame it on your receivers, sure. But really, it looked like Sam Darnold was out there just holding on to the ball, or maybe the Vikings organization said, we're not going to give you that money. We're just going to franchise you. He said, okay, you want to franchise me? Watch me do watch me break the franchise record for sacks. Take that with you. Aaron Jones for the Vikes. Pedestrian 48 yards, Cam Akers 39 yards rushing, receiving TJ Hawkinson, the only bright spot, one touchdown, 5 receptions, 64 yards. Receiving wise, Justin Jefferson, 5 receptions, 58 yards. I know he is hot as fish grease right about now. It was just unusual to see the Vikings play like that. Another 14-win season that goes down the drain. I mean, to be honest with you, you could have gave that season to my Jets. We'd have did something better with that. At least we'd have got to the AFC, to the AFC Championship or something like that with a record like that. Actually, we probably would have had a bye, if anything. But hey, look, I can't cry over spilled milk. Also, some other news. Dallas head coach, former Dallas head coach Mike McCarthy, was fired by the Cowboys this week as well. I'm hearing in the rumor mill, possible replacement could be Robert Saleh. That would be justice right there. And I know they're going to put the Jets on the schedule. That definitely would be poetic justice if Robert Saleh can come in there and take that team to the playoffs. Unfortunately, I wish he could take my Jets to the playoffs, but I don't think that was his fault. I think he just got fired because he was just the first guy there. And I believe that's going to be Aaron Rodgers' like last hurrah. We don't know. It depends who steps in. It could be Mike McCarthy coming in to take place of my mighty Jets. And we're still looking. Also, I mentioned Coach Slaughter. Shout out to Coach Slaughter. He was actually one of our guests on In the Basement some time back. And I also want to definitely send a shout out to Shayla Smith from Alden Reed High School. She's actually closing in on the Philadelphia scoring record. I think she's at maybe 24, I believe, like maybe 24, close to 25. I would say probably by the end of this month, she should probably have broken the record, which is held by our own U City, Shunna the Stewart, aka we all know her as Baby Barkley. If you know, you know. So definitely congratulations to Shayla. Absolutely. Congratulations. When we get some chance, hopefully you can actually come back. Hey, yo, brother, in my Larry voice, yo, brother. Also, too, my beloved Jets, we're actually still looking for a coach right now. I believe the list is actually up to about like 9, I would say, if you want to count head coach McCarthy. Larry, I'm sure you don't mind if we could talk to head coach McCarthy. I'm sure Woody Johnson will probably hire him anyway. Ron Rivera was in the mix. Mike Vrabel was in the mix, but he took the head coaching job in New England. Matt Nagy, Rex Ryan. I'm just running off names here. Aaron Glenn. You all know who Aaron Glenn is if you're a Jets fan. Former Pro Bowl Jets defensive back. Steve Bagnolo, Mike Loxley, Darren Rizzi, and of course the acting coach Jeff Ulbrich. So hopefully we can find somebody and we can make it do what it do. Also, some news as well. Congratulations also this week to the great Michael Cooper, aka Coop. We all know who Coop is. If you're a Pistons fan, if you're a Clippers fan, and if you're a Boston Celtics fan or Sixers fan, you know who number 21 is. Number 21, aka Michael Cooper. Coop. He had his number retired to the rafters, so he'll actually have his number Can't nobody hear me? Can't nobody hear me? 1 second. Let me go back in and come back. Hold on a second. Hold on, Bray. Hold on, Brandon. Let's see here.